Try and get some people in here. Oh, what up? We got somebody. They're starting. What up, guys? We're at New Britain Police Department. Last time we were here. Waz, what up, bud? I just drove through there. Be careful. There's an unmarked car. Red Charger on 384. I saw him pull someone over. We're just gonna go through. What up, Esidon from Australia? Tommy, my guy, what up? I'm glad you've seen the comment. Oh, they let the public park in the public area for free during Christmas, I guess. That's weird. I've never been to an apartment yet where they charge the public to park in the public parking. This is the lot. Of course, they get the parking garage where they get to park for free. And if the public needs to come here, they have to, Greg, what up? They have to pay to park, pay to get their service. Isn't that weird? This guy's staring at us over there. Hopefully they don't want to arrest us for filming in public like they did last time. Oh, let's see how much they actually charge. So if you use a credit card, you have to pay $1.75 an hour. And if you pay cash, you only have to pay $1.50 to park in the public parking. I went through all this stuff before. Those are, they got like 4 different memorials here for 2 cops that died a long time ago. This is part of it. All that's in the last video. I may actually have to stop the live once we get inside, real quick, because I may have to show them some pictures. I'm trying to get the name of that Karen that called the cops on us for filming in public from records. We probably just get all their names. But we'll see. Sorry, I'm starting this other microphone. So we got something else going just in case. But I even forgot the dude's name. I should have looked before I started, but I'm sure we'll see him. It is nice. It's hot, Tommy, dude. I got Cynthia, nice to see you. Douglas, it's definitely the anti-Constitution state. Van, what up? It's hot. I wore 2 sweaters because it's been cold lately, and I'm sweating. I was gonna take one off, but then I gotta carry it still. We'll see. We're gonna step right up on this and look right in. But that's where we're gonna go in after. This one's running. All the other ones were off. Brooklyn, it's always a thing. Semper Fi, nice to see you. Buzz, there you are. It's always an option. I mean, the only reason I waited to come back here was because I wanted to get it cleared up. But what a lot of people don't know is the chief from here emailed me the fall. This happened on a Friday, I believe. It was Friday afternoon. And we'll stay on this side because we can see more. And he emailed me the following Monday and said what I was doing was 100% legal. He was opening an investigation into his officers regardless if I complained or not. And I mean, it all sounds good, but you know what I mean? It doesn't mean anything unless it's actually done and handled correctly. This is the sign for everybody, because everybody kept saying it's not a public garage. He was trespassing. And I wasn't, as you can clearly see. They tried to chase out Stanley Tools? What do you mean? Oh, I checked the signs, I was right the first time. I knew I was right. The chief knew I was right. Everybody, I mean, I questioned myself afterwards, like maybe I did, but I didn't. I didn't at all. I checked everything. I had other people check it. It must be a canine. It's got a fan. I know they're not cooling down people. Oh yeah, it is. It says canine right there. Hopefully he's not going out to violate. It doesn't look like a uniform either. What's he doing? Same thing we did last time. We'll go through the whole garage. We'll see some people coming in and out of the bridge area. We'll go to where, Karen? Oh, of course they did. Joko, what up? Is that? I don't even know if that's how you say it, but of course they did. Oh, we got an update too, you guys. We got 38 people in here, so I don't know if anybody's been following the. Let me zoom back out too. The New London. New London was the first office. That's actually cool. Old Eagle Talon or Eclipse. I don't know which one it is, but it's boosted. The plate says it's boosted, but So New London sent me their IA report back, and out of 4 officers, they found only 1 wrong, and that's the one that assaulted me for no reason at all. They found him guilty of, and they put it, assaulting me and violating my rights. So I've been playing phone tag with the chief there, because let's say I went there and I pushed that officer around that parking lot like he did to me, I would still be in jail right now with a bond I can't afford. So I finally got a hold of the chief this morning, and I said, well, how do we charge this guy? Like, wow, you guys did an IA report and you found him guilty of what he did. So how do we charge him? And I have the phone call. I'll put it up later. But he got annoyed. You could tell. I mean, he stayed professional, but you could tell. Like, what do you mean charged? Like, charged like I would have been if I pushed him. And he said, oh, well, we got to call in an outside. Well, no. First he said, well, he did break policy. No, he broke the law. You said it. He assaulted me. That's a law. That's not a policy. He broke it. And then he said, well, we got to call an outside agency in to do that. So what was this 3-month, 4-month internal investigation for? What did we pay all those cops to do an investigation for if we still have to pay somebody else to come in? It doesn't make sense at all. Like, we just paid those cops to do this report. They found him guilty, and now we have to call in more people? Like, it doesn't make sense. Spend more money? So I think we're just going to try and do it through the court, get in touch with the prosecutor or the DA, however, and do it ourselves, since the police don't want to help us. Since Brian Wright doesn't want to do the right thing, we will. See, here we have the signs, no trespassing, so we will not. I'm hoping, I mean, if all goes well, nobody's even going to come out and say anything, because they really messed up last time when they came out and the dude pretty much told me, well, he said, you know, you can't go past that, right? And you can't see in the video, but I pointed to the sign and I said, yeah. And he said, oh, okay, I just wanted to make sure you knew. And so that tells me I'm allowed to be there. I don't know what that tells you guys. So to come back over and demand ID, Clyde, what up? What up, Semper? Semper, you from Connecticut? Semperfi? Clyde, nice to see you. But I mean, the goal would be to have nobody come out. Like, the chief put the fear of God in them and told them, if people are here with cameras, you leave them people alone. Let them do what they're doing. I would hope that would be the case. But like here, do not enter. See, like this time, they got a sign here, but they got the gate. Last time I went up to the gate, Oh, Middletown? I went to Middletown PD, Semper Fi. Lopez from Norwich, good to see you. We're going to be going up there more, too, a lot more. Giovanni, I absolutely agree. No bueno. But I did Middletown. Middletown, they didn't give me no trouble at the PD. I mean, they did have a Donnie, a big-ass thin blue line gang wall. They had a whole wall dedicated to the thin blue line, which I didn't like. And then I left the PD. I actually did that one live, so we stayed live, and I went out on the street, and I actually found some officers pulling some people over, and they gave me trouble, and they showed me that they don't quite get the First Amendment. So it was, overall, it was okay. On the street, it was worse because the ignorance is real. And I believe this is where we got arrested, guys. It is. They had it fit because I taped these cars right here. They parked cars out here. And then they got mad that I taped them in public because they didn't put them in the restricted area. And I'm going to do it again. Just because that's what we do. We do what we're allowed to do. Oh, he was taping Bessie's car. That's all he kept saying. He was taping Bessie's car. We can't even see it, but there we go. We'll see what all the signs say. On duty, police parking only. We got some handicaps, which is obviously public. We have some cameras, so they could tell. That's funny, because I didn't see that day. Well, this pillar probably blocked me, but they knew I didn't trespass. That's why when they arrested me for trespassing, the charge got changed to breach of peace. Do we know why they changed the charge to breach of peace? Because I wasn't trespassing. But they're so dumb, they don't understand that I wasn't breaching peace either. Karen that leaves here and walks out, hides behind, that's the pillar right there that says 3B. She was hiding behind that, taking pictures of me. So I decided to stop doing what I was doing, which was filming over here. And I figured that she was trying to get in her car, made me nervous that I was trying to film her car, which I wasn't. So I actually walked away. We went up here like so. I stopped. I said, look it, Karen's filming us. And I kept going. After she left, I came back. Well, the breach of peace came from Karen feeling uncomfortable and not understanding that she works for the public. And A, I can film her when she's on duty. B, I'm on public property, so I can film her whenever. And C, it doesn't really matter what she feels. I gave her no reason to feel that way. And again, that's just her feelings. Is this one right here? Hope not. No, it's a Jeep. But it's sad, and it's sad that the police don't know that Karen can't be my complainant either. But honestly, I think it's Chris Shute is this chief, if I'm not mistaken. He's been the only one that has been like on top of it. Melissa, is that Melissa? Let me check again. I can't see. Yeah, Melissa, what's up? Anthony, I'm trying to keep up. Fresh Pack, Semper Fi, Lopez, yeah. We're at New Britain, Melissa. I don't even know how to say that. Is that Fred? We're at New Britain again. This is where they arrested me last time for filming in public, giving me $1,000 bond. After they looked in my wallet and saw, oh, he's got $100. Let's give him a bond and make him bond himself out. That's exactly what they did. They're a bunch of scumbags. But like I said, Shute was quite disappointed, and he's been Semper Fi. I appreciate you, man. You guys don't understand how much that helps just for gas and getting around. It cost me like $30-40 just to get up here between gas and food and stuff. Oh, you're from here, bud? Nice to see that. I was talking to locals on the street. I went and walked around for like a good half hour before I came here, asking about the police. What happened to that charge? They gave me a court date, and they told me I had to be at court within 2 weeks. So I went to court within 2 weeks. I walked in with Tyrant Slayer. They let me through where they pat you down. I was good. Tyrant Slayer started going through. They had no idea who he was. And they saw some, he had 2 state statutes in his pocket that had to do with my case. So the special ed marshal that was working actually accused us of being terrorists. He said, "Are you guys part of the Oath Breakers, Oath Keepers?" Some crap. I didn't even know what it was, but I Googled it and it pretty much comes up a terrorist organization. So I found that to be pretty offensive. And then without knowing who Tyrant Slayer was, he told him, "You're not allowed to have your phone in here." He actually opened up a drawer and said his name, so they have a list with his picture down there, and said, "You're not allowed to have a phone in here," but couldn't tell him why. He didn't even argue with them about the phone. He said, "You know what? Keep the phone." Because he wasn't there for court for him. We were literally like trying to do what we had to do. And so he asked the marshal, he said, "Hey, can I step outside with my phone real quick and call O'Donovan Murphy, who's actually the head of all the marshals in the state?" And the marshal said, "Nope, you can't do that." Wouldn't give him his phone to leave to make the phone calls. So I had 2 phones on me. And I said, "You know what? I'll let you use one of my phones if you need to make a phone call." And the marshal started saying we were breaching. He started accusing us of recording, even though nobody was recording. I know in other states I see people go in the courthouse and record the lobby and the FOIA and stuff that we're allowed to record, but Connecticut is not like that. They will not let you record in there. So I didn't even try it. Like, I wasn't there to tape. I was there to handle my court like a professional adult. So he started accusing us. He got upset because I told him that he could use one of my phones to make his phone call to call this guy's boss. So he called for backup, told everybody. I used to go there. He told everybody that I was taping. We were breaching peace because Tyrant Slayer asked him a question. A whole bunch of stuff. So they all came running out, didn't ask anybody what was going on, and arrested Tyrant Slayer. And then for trespassing at court for being there to help me. And then they told me I had to give them my phones or go stand outside. And I had no reason to give them my phones. I did nothing wrong. So I told them to kick rocks. I'm not giving them my phones. So they pushed me outside and made me stand out there and brought me a court date for, go figure, January 6th. Not only 2 months further than my original court date, but I don't know why they gave me that paper and told me that I had to see a judge within 2 weeks, and it's been almost 3 months and I haven't seen a judge. Yeah, it is crazy, and it's crazy because now Tyrant Slayer has him on the hook too. Like, they arrested him for nothing. So now you guys, your police only didn't act up. Your marshals just got you guys into more trouble. Like, it's crazy. And I still haven't even heard the report from that yet. I got to message O'Donovan Murphy and see what he says. He told me it was supposed to take like a week to do the investigation, and now it's been months, and I just got so much stuff going on that I forget sometimes. But it's crazy. The Tyrant, it is crazy. And like, Slayer went in front of the judge, though, for he's been to court before me and talked to the judge, and the judge was actually like really respectful, on point. Like, he was cool. So I was thinking about trying to change venue or do some stuff, but if we have an okay judge, I'll try it. There's some stuff, but we got a ton of court coming up. On the 6th, we have New Britain here. On the 12th, we have an infractions trial in Norwich that they were trying to nollie. And I told them I didn't want a nollie, I want it dismissed. And the judge knew absolutely nothing about my case, literally knew nothing, and still said, okay, we'll go to trial. Like, every time I asked her something, she was like, I don't know. And she kept asking the prosecutor. So she literally knew nothing about my case. I'm trying to get back around to where they come in and out. I'm lost. Is it the next one? But yeah, and then on the 19th, we have Danielson Court, where they arrested me for the same thing as here, where those officers were so sure that I was breaching peace that they arrested me for breach of peace and then added interfering because I told a dude from 30 plus feet away to not consent to a search and to kick rocks. And the officer felt it was appropriate to tell me I can't talk on a sidewalk. Exactly, Semper Fi. Blockchain, thank you as always, but this one I'm not worried about. I didn't get counsel for this one because I'm not worried about it. I'm going to try and tackle this one myself. And then we have, what else do we have? So Danielson I think is going to be a battle. They arrested me for the breach of peace that their officers swore they knew so much about. How do I get back to the other spot? But they arrested me for breach of peace to find out after I got charged and released that I never got charged with breach of peace. They actually arrested me and gave me a $1,500 bond for an infraction of creating a public disturbance, which doesn't make sense. If she would have just kept doing her job like she was supposed to, I would have never created she created the disturbance, A. And then B, I don't yell in the cops' investigations like that. I usually don't. But when I go out there and I film and all our homeless people and all our drug addicts are coming to me, telling me, hey, Anna, banana. And so when I go out there and they tell me that the cops are stopping all our homeless people without cause for no reason other than they were in the wrong spot or you know what I mean, coming off the wrong street, that doesn't fly with me. And you want to know how I know they do that out there? Because they've done it to me multiple times. The last time they did it to me was in 2018. Stopped me and searched me for walking down Main Street. Like, that's it. And the worst part about it is it was a kid I grew up with. Do I have a job? I have a job. I work full-time plus. As much as people think that I don't work or have a job, I work probably more than the people saying that. I'm jumping around right now. I was welding last year. I actually got away from that just because stuff had slowed down. My schedule changed. I got custody of my son. So I didn't have as much time to put into the work. So I got away from it a little bit. I went and did some other stuff. I was working for a general contractor. I roofed for a few weeks, and now I'm going back to the welding company. How do I get back to where I was? I don't know how to get back to the gate. We'll find it. But so I'm back at the welding company. Actually, I go back this Monday, and I left for like 3 months. I came back. They started me at $2 more than I have. Fresh pack, that's dope. A lot of people, well, no, you're right, Douglas, and a lot of people do this full time. I'm just not there yet. Semper Fi, you're the man. I don't make nowhere near enough to do this full time. I mean, I honestly, before 6 months ago when I picked the camera up, I never even thought about doing this as a job. But with the success we've had, I feel like, no problem, Melanie. Ronald, we were just out there last week and they did some crazy stuff. I can't even get in touch with I'm trying to get in touch with the post office that we went to last week where the dude was going to punch me and he was threatening me and doing all that stuff. I keep calling the post office and guess what? I can't get through to nobody. Nobody. Somebody told me that you can do a complaint online, like just a general complaint, and it'll open up an investigation into the incident. But the only thing that I found off of that was like you had to be an employee to make the complaint, so it wouldn't let me make it. I feel like we're probably going to have to go back in person. As I said, I think the guy that first yelled at us there, I think he was the supervisor. And I think that's probably why he never came out, because I shut him down off rip and he didn't enjoy it. But All right, we're getting somewhere now. But, yeah, it was crazy. Bristol, the PD was fine. It was probably the day, because it was like the day before Christmas Eve, so they probably didn't really have many people there anyways, but we were out there, so we did it. And the PD, I mean, besides all the gang flags they had, they did all right. They had, I think, 3. They had a gang flag on the car, the patrol car that they had out front for. Oh, and you guys want to know something crazy? So our resident people will know, not everybody will know. This Bristol PD had officers ambushed, about in October. They had 3 officers that were ambushed, and 2 actually died, and 1 made it. The first time I came here and I did my visit here and I had no idea, because some people are like, well, you're a douche for that, was the day of the funeral for those officers. That's why these guys, that fat dude that was in the plain clothes, that kept crying about having a bad day. All right, we found it. But that dude is, they were coming back from the the funeral. And as much as the chief tried to help me out with this, giving me the names of everybody, he still hasn't, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm like 80% sure, he still hasn't given me the names of the higher up people that were here, because there was 3 dudes in suits that approached us as they were arresting me, and I asked them for help and asked them if they allow this, and they informed me that the cops were just doing their jobs, arresting people for nothing while supervisors are there, while higher ups are there, and they're just doing their job. They are complicit. They should have saved me. They should have stopped these criminals from assaulting me, searching me, arresting me, stealing my money. They should have stopped all that, I feel. Connecticut is a duty to intervene state, which means these cops are supposed to intervene. It's like it's their job, not only their job, but they can get charged. These are the doors right there that the PD uses to come in and out, the police, so they don't have to walk outside in the elements. Yeah, but they simplify. The problem is they don't. They let people get messed up all the time. They stand there and they do nothing. Like New London. That's why New London, they sent me that IA report. There was 2 officers there that watched that lieutenant do that, and they found no wrongdoing. And they said if I want to appeal my decision, I have to do it to the mayor, which I did, because it's BS. They were there. Not only that, the young dude said, his name starts with an S. He's the young kid. He blocked my path of travel with the rest of them, like with the fat one. They blocked me from what I was doing. They kept lying to me, telling me I had to leave, like it was a joke. And that young dude, I've heard bad stuff about him. He just broke some pregnant chick's phone not that long ago, and like cuffed her and arrested her. Like, she may have needed to be arrested, but he didn't need to break her phone. Like, he's just a douche. So this is what happened last time. This is the same thing. I was standing out here, a random alarm started going off, and then they ran up on me. So let's see. They're gonna accuse me of doing that? Iran, I appreciate that. Well, Douglas, the news called it an ambush. So somebody's playing with the keys. That's what they're doing. He's sitting on the other side of the door, playing with the keys. Should probably be doing what we pay you to do. This is just like last time. Just like last time. Consent to govern, absolutely. If nobody's checked out the visit, of why we're here, I would. Semper Fi, as always, dude, I appreciate you. Good afternoon, John. I appreciate the $15, bro. You're the man. Yeah, Iran, it's actually, I just put a couple posts up in the community about, like, coming here, and I tagged the video in each one of those. The link is in there. Let's see if he does it again. He's got to be somewhere on the other side of that door close, because that button only works so far. They do. I need to get like a blowhorn or something. Stay safe. You too, Semper Fi. Also, any of my Connecticut people, absolutely chosen one. That's exactly what they did last time. And then they ran up on me like I set the car alarm off in an area that I never even went to, and then accused me of being in there. But any of my local Connecticut people, if you guys ever want to go out, let me know and I will go out with you. I support. And what's sad, Melanie, is everything is on video and they still don't, the video still lies. They still don't follow it. I appreciate you, Semper. But my Connecticut people, if you guys want to go out, let me know. And even if you don't want to be up front filming like I do, I could always use backup. Some of these bigger ones I don't like coming to, like New Haven. New Haven's got to go be done again. But if anybody hasn't seen what they did to me in New Haven, go check that out. I caught 6 officers parked on the sidewalk. One was parked on the sidewalk so much that you couldn't even use the sidewalk. And people are always like, oh, why do you care? A, my niece is blind and she has a seeing eye dog. That dog will not go in the road. So if she needs to come to a car like that, the dog's literally going to take her a whole block around to get around that car. So me too. We're waiting for that IA report to come back too, consent of governed. And so I went there, I talked to, I believe, like 4 or 5 officers outside. Every time it went like crap. Every time I brought up the cars, they said, you know what, you got to go inside and bring that up. So you know what I did is I went inside to bring it up. And before I brought it up, I was doing a tour of the lobby like I always do. And I was looking behind the glass and I seen a manila envelope on the label on the table. So I looked at it and the dude started yelling at me, telling me I had to back up from the glass, and which we all obviously know we do not have to do. And I'm not the one. I will always tell you, well, not always, but more times than not, especially if I travel somewhere like that, I'm not going to travel there and then let you bully me. So I told him no. I literally watched him run and grab gloves. We're going to go inside now. I literally watched him run and grab gloves. In the video, you can hear me say it. I say, oh, he's going to get gloves. Let this MFer come and touch me. So he came running out, asked me again. I said no. And I wasn't even, it was my fault too for not focusing on him. I should have been paying a little better of attention. He grabbed my right arm and it caught me. I'm not even going to lie. It caught me off guard. So when he grabbed me, I stiffened and he literally jerked me like hard, ripped my phone, my gimbal, my coffee, everything I was going went right out of my hands, flying. So then he pushed me across the room. They detained me. They searched me. Their reasoning was because he asked me to step away from the window, which I told him that's not a valid reason to ask me to step away from the window. So I came out on the wrong side, but we'll figure it out. So then they detained me for about 10, 15 minutes, searched me, ran me, and then as soon as they uncuffed me, I wanted to speak to a supervisor. We were going to go this way and go around to the PD. I wanted to speak to a supervisor where they pretty much forced me and pushed me out of the building and locked the doors on me. And this is why I always say this too, because that was a supervisor that did that to me. We obviously needed somebody better than him. In New London, when I got assaulted, that was a supervisor that assaulted me. So there's the PD. We just got to loop around. There was a supervisor that assaulted me in New London. We come here. It was regular officers that told the supervisor, we don't know if he did or did not do this. And it was the dumb supervisor who decided to say, oh, well, let's just arrest him instead of finding out while somebody was checking the cameras. When in my opinion, they should have checked the cameras before they even approached me, because detaining me for 10, 15 minutes just to check the cameras isn't appropriate. And people are like, well, why are you so upset when they're detaining you? Because it's my time, dude. It's me to do what I want. Even if I'm still just going to go walk around, that's my choice. I don't have to stand here because you want me to figure out if I did something or not. If you literally took my advice and checked the cameras off rip, it would have saved the whole department all this stuff. And we got to figure out how to get Karen's name from records. We're going to go to records. We're going to request all their names. We're going to request the police report, the names of the officers that assaulted me, or anybody that was there. We want the body cams. We want the call logs. We want what they have. They might not give it to me because I was arrested and charged, so I might have to get it through discovery. No one's keeping me here right now, Tommy, no. Oh, we got some trolls? Gotta love the trolls. What we got going on here? But, yeah. That's it. So, we'll go inside. Huh. Well, if this is a... Charter Oak State College, so we should be able to go in here, right? Wouldn't that mean we could go in there? Why would I want to harass her? She didn't say anything. Oh wait, here's the public parking that we have to pay for. Public parking, pay for it there. But don't worry, it's Christmas season, so they give us 2 free hours. Yeah, all those cops park in that parking lot for free. Right? I guarantee you they do. So, let's take as much money from the public as we can. They got vans right here behind this fence, so they keep, I don't know what that door is for. They got 2 more. Not parking enforcement. I wonder if he's like Willimantic parking enforcement, where he'll break all the laws and then turn around and give people tickets. Not laws, but infractions. He'll break all the infractions and then turn around and give tickets out. Exactly our guy. It don't matter. A watch is a watch. You can cry all you want. Has nothing to do with me. At least he's using the garbage can. I respect that. His phone probably ringing. Are you on camera? Are you on camera? Is that guy taping you? Do you want to charge him with breach of peace for filming in public? Can we do that? We know these laws so well. We know the trespassing laws so well. Yo, anybody in the chat, somebody message me right now. Like, do I have any mods on? And if not, can somebody go to the last video and get me the names of the officers in the description? I just want the supervisor's name. I know Pishi, there's a female, but I need that supervisor's name. Can somebody do that? Help me out. Listen, people can say whatever they want, but when if you ain't got the balls to go stand in there and take that arrest like I did for doing nothing wrong, I don't want to hear it. Anybody can say whatever they want, but they got a tiny nutsack. They ain't out here putting in work. And if I was breaking the law, I'd get it. Like, that's what made me so mad about, like, people crying. Like, oh, he's out there doing what he's allowed to do. We don't like it. Is anybody grabbing that name? All you got to do is go to the old video and click on it. The description. And then jump back into the live. We'll see what we could do. Maybe they'll give us the names. I'm surprised I don't remember it. But let's see what we got. Let's see if they freak out. We've already been in here and did all this, so we're not going to go through all that. Yeah, that's what I need, Anna, is the name of the lieutenant or the supervisor in that video. Records is closed, but I guarantee you they're open. Let's check. Phone 3035. Watch, you're not going to have anybody here. Holiday schedule, they're going to have some excuse. Hello, what time's records open till? They closed early for the holidays? All right, no, I get it. Do you guys have a way to request records? Like, do you guys have a way to request records not in person? Okay, I'll look into it. Yeah. All right, no, that's good. I just, you know what I mean? I took time to come up here. I didn't even think of the new year, so. All right, I appreciate it, bud. Thank you. Bye. Well, that's it. So records is closed. I'll keep you guys out, sorry. But records is closed. I like this thing. I forgot about this thing. This is New Britain. So we ain't going to be able to accomplish anything through records because they left early. Go figure. That's probably why I'm not in handcuffs right now, because Karen left already. I'm going to walk back up there for a few minutes and just make our presence known. Then maybe if somebody's on from Connecticut, what else is around here? We'll go hit somewhere else off too. I've just been wanting to come here to put this thing in, get this going. I've been kind of slacking because, I don't know, all the arrests and all the BS going on, I'm not even going to front, kind of wore on me. That's why I was doing a lot of local stuff, a lot of stuff just around Willimantic and not really going out. But I had to get out to break this funk. City Hall they're probably closed early too, don't you think? I can check once I'm off the live. I could check on maps and see what time they close. That's why I don't like doing this live. Before I had two phones, so I'd have one phone going and one phone not, but right now I'm down to one phone and my smartwatch. We got these little things. Anybody like these? I'm a bike guy, but I don't like those. It was Pharrell. Block and chain, thank you. It was Pharrell. Yeah, Pharrell's a real tyrant and a real piece of shit. He needs to be fired. It looked like a cop right there. But Pharrell's a maggot. You gotta be special to show up to a scene and have your officer tell you, not once, because people watch that video and they don't really pay attention to what she tells him. She tells him not once, but twice, well, we don't know if he did it or not. And she tells him once, and then he obviously starts getting ready to come over and arrest me. And the second time she tells him louder, like, yo, we don't know if he did it or not. And he was like, nope, don't matter. And that's who we have out here. Somebody that was upset over a funeral that had nothing to do with me, that I didn't even know about, was not fit to be out serving the public that day. Pharrell wasn't. That fat dude that was in the plain clothes, I got his name in one of these emails, but that dude's a piece of shit too. He's a maggot. He's a scumbag. There's no other way to put it. If you're arresting somebody for doing nothing wrong because your feelings are hurt over a funeral that has nothing to do with me, you shouldn't be out serving the public. You shouldn't. And I guarantee you, I gotta check if it's open. John, thank you. Yeah, I got to check. Once the video's done, I'll check. But if it's open, we'll do it. I've been dying to go to Hartford and do Hartford City Hall, because Hartford City Hall is gorgeous. I don't know. All the city halls where I'm from are tiny. Yeah, there goes somebody else. But they're all tiny. To come out to these big ones are crazy. Like when we did Waterbury last week, I didn't expect, you know what I mean, that thing to be that nice. Our town hall is like a tiny building compared to that. Did anybody hear what the mayor did of Willimantic? He told the paper that he's not that he would meet with me and he's not ducking me, because I told the paper I have emailed him and he has not responded. So he told them that he wasn't ducking me. I've never emailed him, blah, blah, blah. Well, after he said that and it went out in the paper, I resent him the one from November 10th that asked him to sit down and have some coffee and talk about his police department. And he filled me in with, oh, he'll do it, but he wants 50%. He encourages me to videotape it, but then he wants 50% of the revenue from the video, and he wants to donate it to the No Freeze shelter, which is weird because they've been neglecting that shelter forever. It's about to be closed down because the building that it's at doesn't want it there, and every time they bring up a new spot to the town, they deny it. He wants my money to go that, and I don't know, he must be like really senile and think that I make tons of money off these videos. Like a video of the mayor that really probably not many people are going to watch, he might get a couple dollars over the next few months, and he might not. We don't know. But I'm not doing that. You want to do a fundraiser, let's do a real fundraiser. Let's not raise a couple cents and take my money. I mean, he did own Willie Waste, and oh, not another one. It just must be this spot, guys. We stand here and they'll go off every time. It's like magic. See? I wonder who it could be. But yeah, the mayor. So I'm not giving him 50% of anything. If he wants to do a fundraiser, since he's rich, we can do a fundraiser, and every $5 that me and my people raise, he'll put in $20. That's going to be my offer, because he's literally rich. And if he cared so much about this shelter, he would have already been taking measures for this shelter instead of getting it run down into the ground where it has nowhere to go. They refuse to move it, and it's going to get shut down. So why would I put my money towards that? And why would I have to agree to anything and give you money for a job we already pay you to do? He's basically trying to extort me. Joko, Roxanne, Bill of Rights. You're right, Bill of Rights. Superpowers. I must have something in my brain or my gimbal that sets these alarms off every time I stand here. Because that's now the third time we've been here, and that's the fourth car alarm to go off. I mean, last time it was one of these cars, I think. They set these ones off. But appreciate you, bro. But it's just crazy. The mayor literally is trying to extort me out of money to do a job we already pay him to do. How does that make sense? Why are you the mayor? So I want to see how that's going to go down. Since he claims he's not getting my emails, I went back in person, and I went back in person, and I filled out he said I had to VIP. Not VIP, what is it, respond? I had to respond, so I went in person, and I handed in the response in person, so there was no way it could get lost. And told him I'd be there. I'm going to bring a Slayer with me, so we have two people. Since he likes to lie, we got to cover all avenues. They even got a button to push. That's how you get in. You got to push the button and it unlocks the door. It's not really that safe. I mean, anybody could push that button and anybody could enter that building. Don't you think they'd have keys or something? Those yellow cones are new too. What happened? Did somebody drive up into the doors? Like, are they that dumb? I don't remember those being there. But yeah, so the mayor's trying to extort me. So next Thursday we go at 5:30 and we're going to meet with him and we're going to see what he has to say. We already know. I mean, clearly since the comments he's made to the paper, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He clearly thinks you can't stand on the sidewalk and advise somebody of their rights. He thinks the officer was okay because she didn't even want to arrest me. I made her by exercising my rights. No, she definitely wanted to arrest me, because if she didn't want to arrest me, she would have never told me I couldn't talk and came over and ran over and escalated the situation. She would have de-escalated the situation. I mean, if we watch my videos, I'm not yelling into their investigations all the time. We did that for a purpose. We did that because they are stopping and searching people they should not be, and they need to be exposed. So if they're going to arrest me every time I stop and tell somebody their rights, I guess we're going to be getting arrested a lot. Exactly, Melanie. It's sad. Like, it's crazy. I've had an issue with your police for months now. I've been... T.Y. Gockley, yeah, but I gotta find an amount on that. They gave me a $1,000 bond. Is that excessive for breach of peace? I don't even know, because I haven't looked into it. If that's excessive, then the $1,500 bond they just gave me for the same thing, then they changed the charge, but they gave me a $1,500 bond for creating a public disturbance, which is actually an infraction, and kept the misdemeanor of interfering. So I don't even know how that works. I have to look into it. I guarantee you they dropped the breach of peace, and they'll probably, I don't know what they're going to do, because now infractions court is different. Like I said, I'm not no genius to all this stuff, and I don't know everything, and I'm still learning this as I go. Infractions, you have an infraction trial, which is pretty much just a bench trial with one judge. It's not a jury trial, so I don't know. It's weird. I'd much rather have a jury trial. They're trying to drop it to a bench trial so that the judge can just rule on it and smoke me. I don't know why the lead prosecutor took the need to take my case on and then not even be at court. So I went to court for nothing. I don't know. I was going to seek counsel for that one, but I don't have enough money. The dude wants $2,500. He wants $1,250 down. I've raised like $300 towards it. But with jumping between work right now and stuff slow. But I know I could go to court and I could bounce him around. I could drag it out a little bit, get a little bit more time. But honestly, I feel like why even go back and forth? Like, why play these games for months or a year? Let's just set the trial. Like, I'm not agreeing to anything. I want a trial. Let's have a trial. They find me guilty. They find me guilty. We appeal it to a higher court that knows what they're talking about, because Connecticut don't really care about its people. Connecticut doesn't care about anything other than stealing from its people and abusing its people. So I don't think anything's going to happen here, guys. It actually went really well, I would say, besides records being closed. I feel like they should stay and do their job like anybody else. To me, New Year's isn't no crazy holiday. We'll kill this. We'll walk by. We'll kill it. And I'll head somewhere else. If anybody's got any spots, throw them in. Throw them in. And we will, if it's close enough, we'll go check it out. I feel like it's too early to head back. I didn't come out here just to do one audit. Do you guys want to do the next one live? I don't usually do them live, but people like doing them live. We actually have people coming in them now. The only reason I don't like it is because when I go back to use the footage later, it's always a little blurrier. It's never as good as if I do it myself, but I think the cure to that is to just get another camera. I got a GoPro. I got to just start wearing it. I'm going to put it on as a chest mount. But this is a police station, guys. We didn't get arrested. Yes, what, Melissa? Strip club? I don't know if they'll let me in the strip club, guys. We can always go after hours. I get it, Jimmy Jam, and I appreciate that. I like lives. Do you guys? A lot of people seem to do. No, I agree, Jimmy Jam. But last time they didn't even threaten to arrest me. They just told me I was trespassing, but wouldn't let me leave. I tried to leave twice, and they grabbed me and stopped me. What's that? That's just an ambulance. And then literally told me to hang out for a few minutes, which I did. And then they got a supervisor and said, hey, that's loud. Said, hey, we don't know if he did or didn't do it. And that was enough for Pharrell's dumbass to say, oh, okay, arrest him. So imagine how many times that dude's did that to the public. Let's just imagine how many times that dude has arrested somebody for nothing, for not breaking a law, for not doing anything wrong other than he was just in a bad mood and wanted to just arrest somebody. I guarantee you it's happened. Look at how old he is. If he's been a cop his whole career, it's probably been done a million times. Hello. Good, how are you? How are the police out here? You like them?
Why you say that?
Because I'm doing a story on them. They arrested me for filming the police station last time. They literally did. Arrested me for filming on public property.
Filming what?
The police station. Yep, just holding a camera. Yeah, yep. They arrested me in October. When I went to court, they arrested my buddy and made me go stand outside and then brought me a court date for 2 months. So I haven't even been to court yet. I go on the 6th.
And why they arrested your buddy?
They said at first it was breach of peace, but it wasn't. They said they literally charged him with trespassing at the court. Yeah, tell me about it. Trespassing at the court. This court right here. Yeah. Well, he was there for a reason. He was there to help me. It's not like he was just there doing nothing. They were mad because they took his phone and he was like, okay, he wanted to step out and call the head marshal.
How come they film people?
Exactly. But we weren't even filming at the courthouse. We weren't doing anything wrong. We're going to get their videos and we're going to put it out. But they arrested him for nothing. Just,
well,
yeah, literally New Britain.
But this over here, this court right here.
Yeah.
Get the videos from these places. They got videos.
Okay.
Yeah, they all got videos. They all got videos.
But they arrested. So I just asked people. I've talked to a few people since I've been around what they think.
Some are good and some are different. You know, some could be snot.
Yeah.
But there's some.
I heard they'll shoot people. That's what the last dude said. He's like, they're quick.
They can shoot if you got a gun.
Well, that's okay if they have a gun. You know what I mean? We just don't want them out here shooting people for no reason.
If somebody got a gun and they know they got a gun, they got to use it unless when that person take out that gun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if he was.
Well, you want to hear something crazy? The day that happened, remember the Bristol stuff?
Yeah.
So I didn't know. I had no idea. But when I did my documentary here, it was on the day of that funeral. So I was here doing my thing while they were coming back from that.
Yeah,
and they were all in bad moods and they were all butthurt. And which is, listen, you're here to do a job. If you're upset, take the day off.
But you know, over here in the park, downtown, you can't smoke cigarettes there.
Really?
You can't sit there.
I'm not from here. I've literally only come up here to do this. And the first time I've been to this town, they arrested me for filming.
No, you can't smoke around over there. They catch you smoking, they give you a ticket.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to hear what you had to say. Thank you. I wish you well. Enjoy your new year, ma'am. You need anything? You good? You need cigarettes?
No, I'm fine.
Thank you. But this is what we do. Check with the people. But what up, bud? Well, hey, how are the police out here? How do you feel about the police in New Britain? They're all right? Nah, I feel you. I mean, I wouldn't want to incriminate myself either because you go saying something, especially imagine he said something about Pharrell. Pharrell going to be out here hunting him down, whooping him for that. I'm parked right up here, so I'm going to kill this. We'll jump in the car, we'll punch in something, and we'll go ahead to another PD. I'll jump on as soon as we're there. I hope to see all 51 of you there. I appreciate the likes. Semper Fi, that $20 means more than you know. You are the man. I appreciate it so much. That was awesome. We didn't get arrested. I feel like a big part of it has to play with, I should have thought of this before, but not so many not so many cops are there. They're like short-staffed, so that's probably plays into it. But we'll give them the pass. Beep, beep. We'll give them the pass because nothing happened. Simple as that. But that doesn't mean this will be the last time we're here. So, all right, everybody. I'll see you in a few. I appreciate you. Stay safe. Enjoy your weekend.